So what are we discussing today?
Okay, today I am interviewing the one and only Moshe Schwartz, not guitar, Moshe Schwartz. And before we get started, I would love to play a song. Do you mind if I play a song?
I hope if it's a good song, I'd love to hear it. Let's see your taste.
Come on, my boys, come on, let's go, hey boys. Come on, let's go, hey boys. Come on, by me. Come on, my boys, come on, let's go, hey boys. Come on, let's go, hey boys. Come on, by me. Da 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 Nobody great fucking die lost in Stoß Geschehen, Meister war die Fahrer, I get ready to get out.
Wow, Yehuda, thank you. That was a great song.
Boys, come on, let's go, boys. I'm open for lightning. Come on, boys. Come on, let's go, boys. Come on, let's go, boys. I'm open for lightning. Da 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 Die lass nicht los, Kaschem. Ich weiß noch weiter. Trägst du mir auf Wahr. Und das nicht, ich soll die Suche sich meine ich darf. Und ich weiß, was ich darf. Und klar, ich sehe es an. Ich sehe es an. Ich sehe es an. Ich sehe es an. Eindelijk, je ziet het aan. Zwaar ik weet waar geven, zo niet waar jij niet. Die lost de chance kan zijn. Je weet nog waar ik daar, zo niet waar jij niet. Je zegt het niet aan. Niet zo wat
Okay. I want to tell you, I never had so much fun on my interviews besides this one.
Never had so much fun on an interview?
Yeah, I had so many interviews, but this the only song I liked. I really liked and I enjoyed.
Wow, that's the craziest compliment I've ever gotten. I've never gotten such a good compliment on an interview before.
Okay, let's get started. Um, where did you grow up and where do you live now?
Ooh, I grew up in Monroe, Kiryas Yoel. You ever heard of that shtetl?
In Israel?
No, it's in New York. It's like not far from Monsey, Monroe. It's like
Oh,
Satmar. Yeah.
oh,
Um, So that's where I grew up, and now I live in Borough Park.
Oh, okay. Um, where did you go for elementary and for high school?
Um, I was in Satmar Chayder until I was 13. Then I went to um, Bedford Hills, New York. There's a yeshiva that was called Kasho. I went there for 2 years. High school, I was in Yeshiva Or Yisrael in Canarsie.
Wow. Um, did you go to Bench Meadows or did you go to college?
Neither.
Neither.
No, I went to work when I left when I finished Yeshiva Gedola at around 18 to 19. I went to work
Wow. At young age?
at a young age.
Wow. Um, at what age did you start singing and how do you use it in your profession now?
Um, I started playing when I was a little bit younger, probably around the same time I started working. I was experimenting, so maybe I was 19 or somewhere around there. Then I was only playing guitar, and then I started singing a few years later, so maybe like 6, 7 years ago.
Wow. Um, how do you use it in your profession now?
How I use the singing in my profession?
Yeah.
I love to sing. I love to make people happy. I have a good time when I see other people around me having a good time. So I use it to sing Komsitzes, Simchas, on trips, um, just different types of parties.
Okay. Um, how do you first get drawn into music and how did you first get started in music?
How I got drawn into it, I always liked music. My mother and my grandfather, also from my father's side, they are musical. So I always had a passion for it when I was a kid. I used to like listening to music. I used to like listening to albums that had especially guitar solos. Um, so I always had a draw to it. How I got started, when I was like 15, I got a guitar and I started practicing. And a few years later, my friend schlepped me to come play a wedding. I was I was very unprofessional at the time. I really did not know what I was doing, but you got to start somewhere in life.
Yeah, you do. What kind of theme or message are you trying to promote and how do you connect with your audience?
Um, how I connect with my audience?
How
It's
about
hard.
let's do the first part. What kind of theme or message are you trying to promote?
I'm trying to promote a message of hope. I'm trying to promote a message of happiness, of being happy, and I'm trying to promote a message of being thankful to Hashem.
And how do you connect with your audience?
There's some audience that I connect with only online. They listen to music and somehow there's some sort of connection that is formed even if we don't see each other or talk. And then there's audience that I'm privileged that I get to meet them sometimes. Um, and we can sing together and they can give feedback on songs they liked more, songs they liked even more, and I appreciate all of them.
Okay. What is your pivotal moment in your musical career that changed everything for you?
Pivotal moment that changed everything for me. I feel like that is every single morning. Every single morning we say Moida, and another great thing happens that day. I mean, I've had
Wow.
different songs that I released. Each of them had its own pivot and a positive effect that that it changed something. So I don't know if I think the only pivotal moment is the overall Siyata Deshmaya, not a one singular event.
Wow. Um, how many singles or albums do you have out now?
No albums yet. Hopefully, we're starting to work on that very soon. Singles, maybe around 10. I have to count again, but somewhere around there, maybe.
Okay. Um, when you're not performing, what do you do?
Um, I like to spend time with nature. I like to spend time with my son. I like to spend time with family. I like to spend time with friends. Um, I like to travel a lot. So sometimes, like if it's off, I go and I look at some nice places. Um, and I also like to write new music. You know, sometimes you open to Tehillim or Siddur or something, and you spend some time there, and some great inspiration comes.
Yeah. Um, how do you use your faith in your music?
How I use my face,
No, faith.
my
Faith.
faith. Oh,
Yeah.
um, I think it's a package deal. It's something that's embedded in a person, and everything else comes along with that. It's the attitude that comes along with the faith and the compositions and the performance. Like if it's part of a person, and it kind of um, that's part of what you get when you listen to someone. Part of what you get is what they are about.
Wow. Um, what what's your favorite part of of of, of the creation process?
Of the creation process.
Yeah.
Favorite part of the creation process is the very beginning when I write something and I just sing it in my phone into a quick voice note just to just to remember the idea, and the end process of finishing singing the vocals in the studio and then listening with the music of how that little seed, the voice note that that you planted, how it just comes to fruition and there's this beautiful sound that's ready to go out there.
Wow. Um, what is your favorite song of your music?
Um, it kind of depends on the mood a lot. So it's very hard to say a favorite because sometimes there's a different mood. Like you played before, Dayani, which is like I wrote that around Pesach time. And around Pesach time, maybe that would be my favorite song. There's different times um when I feel a little bit, down. I don't know if the word is down, but like sometimes in a darker moment, I have a song called Shema Yisrael, which that makes me feel more connected. Um, Currently, my mood right now, my favorite one would be Shtika.
Okay. Um, who who did who did you get inspired by both Jewish and non-Jewish singers to start singing?
I was inspired by Jewish singers only with my upbringing. It was a combination of Lipa, MBD, Avram Fried, some Dedi, Isaac Honig, even a little bit of Matisyahu.
Speaking about Matis Yahu, he wasn't really a singer. He was a rapper. He he was a rapper and he came not religious.
Right. So I'm talking about when I was a little kid. So at that time he was, I believe, religious Chabad.
Oh,
I think now he is again. I'm not sure about his dress, or his beard and like particulars. I'm not sure about that, but I don't know if that's what counts.
he was he wasn't really a singer. He was mostly a rapper.
I liked it. My mom used to play it sometimes. I liked it
Okay. Um, why did you decide to become a singer?
because I wanted to be able to connect more with my audience connect with them on a higher level. And when I'm playing, I can connect only to an extent. I can connect a lot more when I'm singing and start songs with people and bring people closer and elevate people. Um, yeah, Baruch Hashem.
Yeah. Um, are you coming out with any new stuff?
And Hashem, there's some songs that I'm working on. I don't know if I'm going to be releasing as singles or I'm going to be waiting a little bit to complete a full album and then release it. That might be a little while, but Bezrat Hashem, there's some good material and we're working on it.
Okay. Um, what what's the most rewarding part of about of your singing?
Most rewarding part is seeing people um react to the singing and sing along and get inspired or get uplifted. You see people get happy, people get emotional. That is the most rewarding part.
Okay. Um, who did you record with, and who did you perform with on stage so far?
Who I recorded with, I've been on some releases with a bunch of different singers. When I was playing guitar, I recorded with Lipa, I recorded with Shlomi Daskal. Um, that was back then. And in my singing career, I've been in collabs with a lot of different. There was a single with Lipa that he released, the roller coaster song. So there was lots of different singers over there. Lipa, Yudi Belostotsky, Chaim Brown, MOISHY Schwartz. Um, I don't remember the whole list of singers, but there was a lot of singers over there. I've released a single with Yudi Belostotsky. I've released with Mati Ilowitz. Um, I've there was a song recently that we put out with Yoeli Klein, Shai Gross, Ruli Green, Chaim Horowitz, Heshi Weinberger. Um, I did a beautiful release with Dovi Meisels last year. Baruch Hashem, I got to work with a lot of very talented people.
Okay. Um, at what age did you start performing live in front of people?
At around probably 18, 19.
Wow.
18 or 19, somewhere there.
Um, okay. How do you come up with your songs?
Siyata Dishmaya, it has to happen. Sometimes you try very hard and nothing happens. Sometimes you don't try and it just comes. There's no secret formula.
Are you sure?
I mean, if there is, that's why it's called a secret. I wouldn't be able to share. I'm kidding. I would with you. I would share Yehuda. There is no secret formula.
Okay. Um, what countries have you performed in so far?
Ooh. Um. It's very hard for me to give a list off the top of my head, but U.S., Canada, Ukraine, Germany, England, Georgia, Israel, Tokyo,
Wow.
Japan, sorry, um, South Korea, um, a bunch of different Caribbean countries. Yeah, there's Baruch Hashem, there's a little list. I would have to open my country history to go through. Baruch Hashem, it's been a few
Yeah.
pins in the map.
Yeah. Um, what is your favorite?
I think South Africa also. I have to double check.
Wow.
I think so. If that, yeah. You like South Africa?
Yeah, I heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, maybe one day we'll make a trip, you and I.
One day.
One day.
Um, what is your favorite type of gig?
Favorite type of gig is the one where people are there to have a good time, not the one where people are there to impress or to like to come to a fashion show. Like there's a type where people come to have a good time. They're not there
Yeah.
to be on their phones. People that come to disconnect and connect.
Yeah. Um, last question. What words of inspiration do you have for the world?
Words of inspiration for the world. The world is a good place. People are good. You're a good person. Sometimes there's certain obstacles that gets in between our purity of the vision, the pure vision of how good we are and how good the world is. And those obstacles don't change who we are. It doesn't change what the world is. We just have to overcome them, bypass them. So keep focusing on the positive, both on yourself, on your partners, and your surroundings, and on the world. And that way, you'll have a very beautiful and positive life and make the world a better place.
I would like to thank you for coming on. I'd like to thank you for your time. Thank you for talking with me.
Of course.
Have
Yehuda,
a
it's a pleasure. I was very, very honored that you invited me to your podcast. I know you've had so many great singers, so many great people on your podcast. Maybe I can answer now what you asked before. The pivotal point in my career maybe is today being on your podcast. What an honor. Thank you.
wow. That is amazing for me to have you on.
Baruch Hashem, I'm glad.
It's an honor for me to have you on.
Beautiful.
I have a great day. I would like to thank you again. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Yehuda, so much. Have a wonderful day. Hopefully we'll see each other soon at a simcha.
Yeah, I mean.
All right, Hatzlacha.